Because then you have that then available.
So the oil revenue, we've always complained about how oil revenues has been used in the last few years. And if you have a finite resources, you should be able to point to something. Evans, our oil revenues are dwindling. We started producing oil in 2011. To date, it is very difficult to point to something that we use the oil revenue to construct, apart from the Atuabo Gas Processing Plant that Professor Mills and President Mahama constructed. Apart from the Atuabo Gas Processing Plant, there's nothing you can point your hand and say that this was done with oil revenue. If you look at our budget nomenclature in particular, you notice that the oil resources revenue that goes into the budget is spread 30-70. 30 for goods and services, 70 for development. And if you track the goods and services, they use the oil revenue sometimes to run office day-to-day running of government office, buying books, buying that, buying air tickets and all. Then you have the remaining 70% that has been spread so thin to the extent that we use some to construct even KVIPs, some for pothole patching, and you can't track it, and that has been the problem that PIAC has always raised. We found a solution. What we've done is that the entire annual budget funding amount that is coming into the budget from the oil resources, we have ring-fenced it, and we are going to use it for dedicated infrastructure to open the country through the big push.
So that's where you're getting the money for your infrastructure project.
So you have 13.8 billion cedis from oil and mineral royalties. The two put together is what is funding the big push.
Will some of the stalled projects benefit from this pool?
The stalled project has its own sources of financing because they are loans that you contracted and you defaulted, and you are in the process of negotiating the loans. You are in the process of signing, and we've signed an MOU. It is left with individual programs that we have to sign. So this big push is different from those stalled projects. And you have 250 million cedis that you can draw down from. So we'll use that. But this big push will be dedicated to open up the country. In the coming days, we will publish the big push projects. But before we publish, we want to prepare the project and cost them properly. We've only been in office for 5 weeks. I think this is our second month in office. And we want to use the next 2 months to prepare this project properly before we start.